Some folks, they ain't gonna like the video. If you're a Trump dick rider, you're not gonna like the video. If you're not a fan of reality TV, you're not gonna like the video. This video right here, if Trump gets convicted, he need to do prison time. Imagine watching Survivor. You watch an hour and a half of Survivor, and some motherfucker have immunity idle. No one goes home. Imagine watching The Amazing Race for an hour and a half, and this motherfucker said this is a non-elimination leg. So you gotta watch the whole thing over next week. No one goes home. Imagine American Idol. You watch the entire show and the judges save someone. No one goes home. You gotta watch the entire thing next week. And what usually happens? The same sorry motherfucker gets kicked off the following week.
To engineering student William Hung for showing up and shaking his bonbon.
Okay.
William.
Yes. Talk to me, tell me your name. You blow me off like it's all the same. You lit it fierce and I'm taking away like a bomb. Yeah, baby. She bangs. Oh, baby, when she moves. I go crazy cause she looks like a fly, but she stings like a bee. Like every girl in history. She bangs. I'm wasted by the way
Thank
she...
you. You can't sing, you can't dance, so what do you want me to say?
And you know, I have no professional training of singing and dancing, so...
We didn't believe it either. Well, there's the surprise of the century.
But Trump, if he's convicted, he need to serve at least 1 day in prison. So all these prison journals, it has a story of how Donald Trump was in prison.
Everybody, welcome back to another episode of EOS. It's 1090 Jake. No rocking with y'all, y'all rocking with me.
But if he's not convicted, I agree, no prison time. But I don't like this bullshit. They talking about the trial 24/7. And I'm hearing the prosecutors, they might not seek prison time. Why are you wasting our time then?
Closing arguments wrapping up late tonight in the historic criminal trial against former President Donald Trump.
The defense and prosecution getting their final chance to sway the jury before they begin deliberations. Local 10's Glenn Milberg is covering it all for us live tonight in New York City. Glenn.
And what a marathon for those jurors. They heard completely different versions of the very same evidence and testimony. There was friction, there was drama, and now is the beginning of the end. It is very likely they will be handed tomorrow the first criminal case of a U.S. president. Worldwide press keeping tabs from outside. We love Trump! Supporters across the street stayed until closings ended at 8 p.m. It began with opponents like actor and New York native Robert De Niro.
Donald Trump wants to destroy not only the city, but the country.
Inside, a marathon day of hammering it home, beginning with former president's defense. Attorney Todd Blanche told jurors there's no there, focusing on his former lawyer, Michael Cohen, whose testimony threw Trump under the table as the human embodiment of reasonable doubt. The fixer who led Trump's alleged hush money payoff to porn star Stormy Daniels to protect his 2016 campaign.
I'm here because of crooked Joe Biden.
Before court, Donald Trump held court, and then, as the prosecution closings went into overtime, he posted the word boring on his social media. But prosecutors brought the drama in their final chance at convincing jurors, weaving testimony from 20 witnesses, including Daniels, the 34 financials, ledgers, and checks with Trump's signature they say document the alleged shell game payoff. They must convince jurors of intent for a hush money conspiracy and cover-up they allege to keep voters from knowing about the sex scandal during election season, a subversion of democracy meant to manipulate and defraud the voters. And so the prosecution gets the last word in front of jurors. Some think that is very significant. Tomorrow, the first thing before any deliberations is the instructions. That's a standard operating procedure. The judge instructs the jury, but it's a very specific instruction tailored to this case and what they hear about how to apply the things that they've learned and the evidence and the testimony to the actual law will guide how they deliberate. Foreperson is already chosen, and we expect that will happen by late morning. I'm Glenna Milberg, live in New York City tonight, Local 10 News.
Covering Trump 24/7. If he's convicted, he might not do no prison time. What sense do that make? Trump is convicted, but it's a non-elimination leg. He gets saved by the prosecutors. What the fuck? What the hell are we watching? Why the hell are the Trump dick riders out there? The Biden dick riders out there? If Trump might not do no prison time, you're wasting everybody's time. Everybody's time. Wearing these MAGA outfits. Dick riding Biden. Robert De Niro. What the hell is going on, man? Using Godfather. Using Goodfellas. And that's what you come down to? You're dick riding Biden. This is what happened when you fuck black bitches, man. This is what happened when you fuck black bitches. You gotta go out there and dick ride Biden so the black pussy can keep on coming and coming and coming.
We love Trump! Supporters across the street stayed until closings ended at 8 p.m. It began with opponents like actor and New York native Robert De Niro.
Donald Trump wants to destroy not only the city, but the country.
Oh my God. Yeah, but Trump, if he's convicted, he need to do 1 day in prison to make me feel good. Make your boy feel good. Guys, it's not about politics. Do I think Donald Trump should be convicted? Absolutely. He has no respect for the jury or the Constitution. The jury members, they're serving their country. And this motherfucker on Truth Social got the nerve to disrespect everybody in the courtroom. Talking about it's boring. You're tricking ass Donald Trump. Put yourself in this boring position.
Over time, he posted the word boring on his social media.
But the truth is, you only need one Trump dick rider on that jury, and Trump walking away like Kaiser Soze. Ain't no way they'll convict Trump. You only need one dick rider, and I know Trump team, they selected that dick rider to be on that jury. Only one motherfucker say, fuck you motherfuckers. Trump is walking. So, I don't think Trump gonna get convicted. People in the comment section tell me, do you think Trump gonna get convicted?
And at this point, those jurors have now been deliberating for about 30 minutes. The judge telling them beforehand that these jurors alone are the judges of the facts in this case. That was right before they surrendered their cell phones and went away to work on a possible verdict. Confrontation outside Manhattan Criminal Court as Trump supporters and protesters start to converge, with the former president's hush money trial approaching its end. Inside, Judge Juan Merchan delivering instructions to the jury, making it clear the defendant is not required to prove that he is not guilty. In fact, the defendant is not required to prove or disprove anything. It is not sufficient to prove that the defendant is probably guilty. The people must prove beyond a reasonable doubt every element of the crime, including the defendant is the person who committed that crime. 7 men and 5 women now deciding Trump's fate on 34 felony charges. Ultimately, several outcomes are possible. The most likely include either a conviction, if all 12 jurors find Trump guilty, acquittal, if all 12 jurors find Trump not guilty, or hung jury, where the judge could declare a mistrial if all 12 jurors cannot come to the same conclusion.
Like any hung jury, the judge is going to give them an Allen charge. He's going to tell you to go back, restudy everything.
Trump is accused of falsifying business documents as part of an effort to hide a hush money payment to adult film star Stormy Daniels ahead of the 2016 presidential election. Daniels was allegedly paid to keep quiet about an affair with Trump, which he denies. And while he kept quiet entering the courtroom Wednesday morning, he didn't hide his anger on social media, calling this a kangaroo court and claiming there was no crime. Now, the judge has instructed both the defense, the prosecution to remain close. He says you are not allowed to leave the building in case anything were to come back that quickly. Just a few moments ago, former President Trump did speak. Here's what he had to say about the case.
It's a disgrace. And I mean that. Mother Teresa could not beat those charges, but we'll see. We'll see how we do. It's a very disgraceful situation. Every single legal scholar and expert said this is no case. It shouldn't be brought, and it certainly could have been brought 7 years ago, not in the middle of a presidential election.
Important to remember right now, we are on the jury's timeline for all of this. The judge trying to really move things along at this point.
I say no, but if I was on that jury and I seen that motherfucker on Truth Social talking about it's boring, guilty than a motherfucker, guilty than a motherfucker. I can't work. I gotta get the shitty ass jury salary. And you gonna disrespect me in the court and say it's boring? Guilty than a motherfucker. Off the jail you go.
Now they don't stop me and I get locked up. They won't let me out.